TikTok's new alt-right pipeline is insane. From Ryan Beer Productions. I've never seen this guy's video before, but I saw his thumbnail and the video looked appealing as fuck. But I guess this is more about like, the neo-Nazism that's going on in our fucking country. Let's fucking go.
Hey, what's up, guys? So, we've all fallen down the alt right pipeline once or twice, right? One day you
Okay.
come across a Ben Shapiro feminist's own compilation.
Oh brother. Oh brother. Why the fuck does this shit got 6 million views? This is nasty. Oh my god.
And the next day,
7 years ago. Holy shit.
you suddenly find yourself with a tiki torch marching in Charlottesville. One day you're listening to this nice Jewish man explain to you why feminism is bad, and
Feminism to me is not
the
bad.
next day, you've suddenly shaved your head and now you hate Ben Shapiro. This is a joke. I have never fallen down the alt right pipeline. Back in high school, I did
Okay.
watch a couple Ben Shapiro feminist owned compilations, and I remember coming away from those videos thinking that, yeah, some of these BuzzFeed girl boss type feminists were kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But I remember thinking to myself at the time, okay, maybe these specific feminists are annoying, but why would that mean that women in general
Yeah, it's like if you like right, I'm a feminist, right? I support women having rights. You know what I mean, right? You know what I mean? But, I wouldn't look at a few women that are there are some extremist feminists out there. Yeah, but you shouldn't generally generate. You shouldn't be like all of them like oh, all of them, all women are bad. Like I feel like Ben Shapiro's gay, but,
shouldn't have equality? And so I was never
maybe. I don't know.
convinced to turn against feminism, and that's about as far as I ever fell down the alt right pipeline. I think it's pretty interesting how a lot of people talk about how Ben Shapiro is one of the people who sent them down the alt right pipeline.
I didn't know about this guy till recently. I know who he was, but I never watched this motherfucker. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Because the end of the alt right
What the
pipeline is
fuck?
the alt right, where people are blatantly anti.
I'm telling you, that neo-Nazi Heil Hitler shit is crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ever since our current president got into fucking office, this shit just skyrocketed out of fucking nowhere. I mean, hey,
Semitic. Hey, Ben Shapiro, how do you feel about the fact that you've been sending people down a
oh
pipeline to
brother,
eventually hate you? That probably doesn't feel too good. I think recently Ben has been realizing just how much he fucked up because he's been noticing how more and more young people keep turning to alt-right figures like Nick
oh brother, this motherfucker, Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes, isn't he part Hispanic? Fuentes. White guy with the last name Fuentes. That sounds a little Hispanic. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Also, doesn't this guy hang out with furries? Oh, that's right.
Fuentes. So now he's been trying
There's nothing wrong with furries. I have no problems with furries, but like, just like what he represents on like this internet shit, you would have never thought he watched gay porn and he's a furry. You know what I mean?
to like push back against Nick Fuentes and tell young people that they shouldn't be looking up to him, but basically everyone on the right is ignoring him. I guess when Ben was converting young people to the right, he was hoping they would become good neoconservatives who love capitalism and traditional values and bombing the Middle East and
And committing genocide. Yeah.
Israel, but recently more and more young men
Oh,
seem to be
brother.
moving past neoconservatism and past MAGA conservatism,
Oh,
and now they're
brother.
embracing the far right. And I obviously think this
Oh,
is very
brother.
bad. I would rather someone be a moderate conservative than a far right winger. However,
Fuck
I
no.
do think I understand why this is happening. When these young right wing men start to see how incompetent Trump really is, they see
Yeah.
how he's clearly trying to hide his associations with Epstein. They
Of
see how
course.
he claims to want to make America great again, but then he keeps acting like he's Putin and Netanyahu's bitch, and he
It's because they have the Epstein files on him. Epstein was a Mossad agent from, Israel. He went out his job was to blackmail these people. That was his job. His literal job. Yep. And that's why Trump is rolling the red carpet and sucking their
keep
balls.
sending billions of dollars to Israel to keep bombing Gaza instead of spending that money on actually helping American citizens. So when these
Yep.
young men start waking up to how terrible Trump is, I understand why a lot of them are going, fuck this, and then they end up moving even further right. However,
I don't know how that even is fucking possible though. Why would you want to be a far right winger? I'm not gonna lie. I'm a socialist, you know, not communist, socialism. Oh my god, can I speak? I'm a little high right now. I'm sorry. Communism and socialism is two different things, okay, dumb fucks. I just want to let y'all know that. First of all, you know, I'm more progressive. I'm more, you know, you know what I mean? We need to progress and evolve as a country and become a, you know what I mean? Just build our country, build our infrastructure, build on everything, you know, put it towards the people.
I have
Yeah,
a proposition for these young right wing men. Instead of moving further to the right, why not move to the left and become
exactly.
a woke soy boy cuck pussy like me? Like, again, I think it's great that a lot of young people are realizing how terrible Trump is, and I think it's great that people are realizing that we shouldn't be sending billions of dollars to Israel when they're trying to commit ethnic cleansing.
Ethnic cleansing, genocide,
But I don't think
right?
that the solution to
Just
young
another
men's
word for
problems is
genocide,
to
bro.
move to the far right and to become an anti Semitic white.
Just be in the middle, y'all. Like, just be in the fucking middle, bro. You don't gotta be a Republican. Full on. I'm sorry. You don't. I mean, you don't gotta be a Republican. You don't gotta be a Democrat. You don't gotta support either party. I don't support neither party. Right. I'm just in the middle. Right. I'm not so biased to the left that everything the Democrats do is right. It's like no. Like you know, we got some idiot Democrats. I mean, look at the Democratic Party. Their best chance of winning an election is Kamala fucking Harris. We're cooked. She don't know what the fuck she doing. Neither does Trump. They're
Identitarian who
idiots.
wants to force women back into the kitchen and make it illegal to be gay. Because how is any of this going to actually solve the problems that young men are facing? Like, if young men are dealing with a loneliness epidemic, becoming an incel who wants to force women back into the kitchen is not going to help you find a girlfriend. Women are just generally not into that kind of stuff. Sure, maybe there are some base trad waifus out there, but generally, women like to be
That bitch is not based. That bitch is not based. What that bitch that he showed on the screen? Yes, I called her a bitch. She was saying the N words, blackface, and all kinds of shit. You don't deserve no respect from me, woman. I don't care if you're not really a racist secretly in your personal life. I still think you're a piece of shit.
able to have the choice to do whatever they want to do with their lives. And if young men are dealing with a cost of living crisis right now, why not support someone like Zoran Mamdani or Bernie who wants to freeze your rent and give you health care? And like, if you really hate Israel, Zoran has said that we should arrest Netanyahu. That's pretty based, right? We
Yeah.
can hold Israel accountable for their actions without becoming anti Semites who blame all of
Yep.
society's problems on Jewish people. I
Yep.
think that sounds like a pretty fun idea. Anyway, in case you somehow don't know what the alt right pipeline is, the idea is that you're brought into the pipeline with right wing content that seems more innocent and innocuous.
It seems innocent, and a lot of the times they cut out a lot of the bullshit that's in their videos, especially Charlie Kirk. Oh my god. Who the fuck watches Charlie Kirk, by the way? What the fuck? But anyways,
But then, as
Charlie Kirk, bro, I've seen Charlie Kirk get destroyed in interviews. I remember he told a, I remember he lost a debate and he told a kid that I hope your country turns into a World War country. Like he dead ass said that, and he was about to cry because I guess the kid was like shitting on him, exposing everything that Trump was doing and shit. Yeah, these people are fucking
you
weird.
go down the pipeline slowly,
I
the
don't know, bro.
content gets more and more
Oh brother, Alex Jones.
extreme until you realize that you've
Oh
become alt
brother.
right or far right or part of the dissident right. And there's also an
Oh
alt left pipeline, which
yeah.
starts with you watching John Oliver videos and ends with
Who the fuck is John Oliver?
you throwing your landlord into a guillotine. The way that I've seen the alt right pipeline functioning recently, especially on TikTok, is through the spreading of Agartha memes. I would just like to apologize in advance for the rest of this video. This is all going to be some fucking grade A distilled brain rot.
Bro, what the fuck just popped up on my screen? What is this? What the fuck just
This
happened?
video. This is all going to
Overwatch. What the fuck have y'all got What happened to Overwatch, bro?
Be some fucking grade A distilled brain rot. So basically,
Oh, it's AI.
according to some Nazis, Agartha is a city that exists in the center of the Earth because the Earth is actually hollow. And if you fly past the ice wall that exists in Antarctica,
Oh,
then you can
brother,
descend into
this
the
shit.
center of the Earth and get to Agartha, which is basically the promised land for Aryans. You know, the blonde
Oh,
haired, blue
wow.
eyed white people that were a favorite of a certain
Um, yo, this kirkification shit is insane, bro. Yo, bro, this nigga died and became a meme. That fucking sucks.
mustache man. I've seen Agartha
Don't die in this time because you will get memed to death.
referred to as Wakanda for white people. If you ever watched the movie Black Panther and you found
Yeah,
yourself really mad that all these black people were allowed to have their own civilization, well, now you can become a white panther and travel to Agartha. And of course, one of the main people who's trying to bring new recruits to Agartha is Agartha Kirk, the
what the fuck? This is nasty, bro. This is Uncle Ruckus's wet dream. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of black conservatives that are coons, and like Uncle Ruckus is basically an Uncle Ruckus. Like Uncle Ruckus would see this and he would bust. He would go just he would shoot himself. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie, bro.
blonde-haired, blue-eyed version of Charlie Kirk.
What the?
Attention soldier. The Soys have
This is
successfully planted an improvised soylent device, better known as an ISD.
I guess the idea is that after Charlie Kirk passed on from this life, he was resurrected by this man named Ashtar Sharon. Sharon.
yo. What the fuck is this? Let me take a screenshot of this. Yeah, get that screenshot.
Sheeran. I think this Ashtar guy is supposed to be like the king of Agartha. And if you drink Ashtar's monster, is
I'm not
supposed to
gonna
be
lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. No disrespect to the LGBTQ, but this to any gay people out there, bro. I don't have a problem with the y'all, bro. But like, this looks gay as fuck. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I genuinely believe that Nazis are gay. Like I genuinely believe that the far right people, they're secretly gay. Look at Benny Johnson. He's gay. He's a closeted gay. So is Trump. He sucked Bill Clinton's balls. You know what I mean? Or it was a horse, which is even worse. I think, yeah.
Sharon. Sheeran. I think this Ashtar guy is supposed to be like the king of Agartha. And if you drink Ashtar's monster energy drink, then you can turn into an Aryan.
I'm not gonna lie, I used to drink that monster, bro. That shit is actually good, bro. Stop hitting this boom button.
Agartha isn't real. Drink this goy, and then Charlie Kirk drinks it and then turns into an Aryan. Now, Agartha
That didn't happen to me though.
Kirk is just one variant of Charlie Kirk that exists within the Agarthaverse. You also have the Kirkinator, which is, of course, Charlie Kirk as a Terminator. I think I definitely prefer the Kirkinator over Agartha Kirk, just because I think if Charlie Kirk was like about to die, it makes a lot more sense that he would be able to be turned into a robot than turned into a blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy. I guess the idea with the Kirkinator is he's kind of like
Nigga turned into a Super Saiyan. Hey, bro. Hey, when white people turn into Super Saiyans, look at us. Bro, stop it.
Anakin from Star Wars Episode 3, where when he was about to die from being burned by lava, he was able to be brought back as Darth Vader. So I
Yeah.
guess the Kirkinator is kind of like
Darth Vader.
Darth Kirk. I've been noticing recently on TikTok that a lot of young people across the political spectrum have been making Charlie Kirk memes where they Photoshop Charlie Kirk's face onto a bunch of random different pictures. The fact that conservatives
Like King Bond. Y'all see the one with King Bond?
were threatening to get people
Stop hitting
fired
the
from their
fucking button. I'm
jobs
sorry,
if they
y'all.
made fun of
I'm
Charlie Kirk.
obsessed with
Of
it.
course, caused a bunch of people to want to make fun of Charlie Kirk. I think it's pretty much always
Bruh, if there's a hell, bruh, y'all going there,
been
bruh.
the case that the best way to get young people to joke about something is to tell them that they're not allowed to joke about it. And I think the reason a lot of far-right people have been making fun of Charlie Kirk is because he was known for being very outspokenly pro-Israel.
You know, it's funny, I used to say that, hey, if you as a gay person would go to Gaza, they'd throw you off of tall buildings, right? Now they don't have any tall buildings left, so I don't... Is that too soon? I'm sorry. Maybe you shouldn't kill Jews, stupid Muslims.
So they think it's
What the fuck? Yeah, bruh, this nigga was insane, bruh. And then people want to be like, He was a Christian. Shut your dumb ass
funny
up.
to imagine him as a
Fuck is wrong with
based
you?
anti-Semitic, anti-Israel Aryan. Isn't it just so great that people like Charlie Kirk and Donald Trump being such obvious shills for Israel has caused a bunch of young men to turn into actual rabid anti-Semites? I'm not worried about society right now at all. To be clear, I think that most of the Agartha memes that people are sharing on TikTok are ironic. Most of these people don't literally believe that Agartha is a real place, and a lot of people
It's really it's just a meme, right? It's not. It's just a meme. It's like it's not like there's people out there who generally like look at Charlie Kirk like he's a god. You know what I mean? It's not, or any of these politicians, right? Well, he's not a politician, but you get the point. Political figures, whatever, right? Like it's just weird, but I don't know. I think it's just a meme. Like I look at this shit and it's like I just laugh at it because it's so fucking ugly and
who
stupid.
stumble across these memes just probably find them goofy and funny, and they don't understand all the far right imagery that is attached to these memes.
Yeah.
However, there definitely are a bunch of people who are sharing these memes in a meta ironic way to try to funnel people towards the far right. This is exactly how pipelines work. You draw people in with memes and jokes.
But who would watch this shit and be like, "Damn, I want that shit." Like I'm drinking these energy drinks, but like generally though, I like what the fuck is wrong with you niggas?
And things that seem harmless, but then eventually you start asking them questions like, doesn't 6 million seem like an awfully big number to you? And as ironic and stupid as these memes are, people need to realize that a lot of the Nazis that these far right people look up to actually believed in this stuff. They actually did believe in crazy shit like thinking that there are cities in the center of the earth. Can we go to Agartha? Agartha doesn't exist. So on the left you have two people who are popular in the looks maxing community.
Oh, I heard about this guy. I just reacted to a video about this insecure fuck.
This dude's name is Cookie King, and apparently incel looks
They're like a
maxers
cookie.
think that this dude was like super attractive when he was in his prime. The thing I'll always
In his prime. He's no longer in his prime. The fuck?
find funny about looks maxing is that it's about like trying to find the most attractive possible man that you can find and then trying to get
It's super gay, bro. It's a cult, bro. It's literally a cult. It's a gay cult. They're closeted gays. There's nothing wrong with being gay, but these guys they don't want to admit it, but they're gay.
yourself to
And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being gay. There's nothing wrong with the LGBTQ. There's nothing wrong with wanting safety for. There's nothing wrong with not wanting a genocide. There's nothing wrong, for civil rights act. I believe in the civil rights. I believe, you know what I mean. I believe in religion freedom, religious freedom. You know what I mean. Yeah.
look like him. Isn't it just like a little bit gay to spend all your time trying to find the most attractive man possible so you can look like him? Like, how do you know who the most attractive man is if you don't
It's because they're gay. They're gay.
find men even like
And I'm not trying to be funny. They're dead ass gay, bro. They're gay. They're homosexual, bro.
a little bit attractive? They would say it's not
Um,
because they're gay, they're just observing objective
Yeah, no, they're gay.
criteria. We have determined the objective criteria which makes men hot and sexy and
Yeah, us men know what the most attractive man is, not the women. We shouldn't leave it up to the women. We should leave it up to the men. The men will figure it out. The real men of America. You know what I mean? True conservatism. Ah, I can't afford groceries. You immigrants need to die.
attractive and fuckable.
Let me chill.
On the right, we've got a
Me chill.
Jewish Wojak saying that Agartha doesn't exist, and he's holding a juice box, which is a dog whistle for Jews. If you ever see someone posting the juice box emoji, they're referencing
Brother.
Jews because, like, juice sounds like Jews, you get it. And
Yeah.
then look, the Jew explodes, and now Ashtar Sharon is here to try to get you to drink his monster energy. So
This
they
is
drink
so
it,
gay.
And then they turn into Aryans.
This is so
and then
gay.
The Kirkinator and George Droid, the cyborg version of George Floyd, take them to fly away to Agartha.
Nah, this is a meme, bro. This is a meme, bro. I look at this shit and I laugh at it because it's so fucking stupid. You know what I mean? Let's be honest. In real life, I don't think Charlie Kirk would never fly next to George Floyd. We all know he doesn't like George Floyd. He lies about George Floyd. Oh, he died from an overdose. We all know he didn't die from a fucking overdose. Stop believing that dumb shit. That's a propaganda, bro. Just look it up on Google. That's all you gotta do. George Floyd died. That's all you gotta look up, and it'll give you the full description of how he fucking died. It had nothing to do with fentanyl, bro.
I think the idea here is that
Stop it.
this monster is supposed to be filled with vril, and vril is a life source that comes from the
Viking
black
Berry.
sun that exists in the center of the earth. And I guess if you consume the vril, you can turn into an Aryan.
Great
Apparently, there
notice,
are
sir.
2 major cities in the center of the earth. You've got Agartha, which is lit by a golden sun, and then you've got Shambhala, which is lit by a black sun. It's pretty ironic that they don't want any black people in Agartha, but then the energy that they consume, which then allows them to go to Agartha, comes from a
What?
black sun. Black sun? Black sun. Shambhala's black sun is represented by this symbol, which is known as the Sonnenrad, which is a very common Nazi symbol. If you remember a
Oh,
little
brother.
while ago, there was a big controversy because Ron DeSantis put out a campaign ad which featured a
What
Sonnenrad.
the fuck is this? What the fuck is it? Nah, our government, I'm not gonna lie, our government has been compromised, bro. Our government has officially been compromised. My fucking Nazis, bro. Just look at ICE.
Which showed that there were some Nazis in his campaign staff. The Sonnenrad shows up in a bunch of these Agartha memes, like this picture of the K-pop Demon Hunters, which has a Sonnenrad behind them, or
What
this
the
meme
fuck?
where you've got Nazi Logan Paul, KSI Yakub, Ashtar Sharon, someone drinking Vril Monster Energy, which turns them into an Aryan, and then a Jewish Happy Merchant anti-Semite caricature up at the top. Thank
Yeah, that looks the most hideous he could ever be. Because why would they choose that picture? Maybe it's because that's how they depict
you
Jews.
so much to
These
whoever
sick fucks.
made this.
They're
I can
sick.
literally feel my brain cells committing suicide. Speaking
Yeah,
of
this is
suicide, you
insane.
got Nazi Logan Paul here. I guess it makes sense to have Logan Paul as a Nazi because, like, he went to the suicide forest and Hitler went to the suicide bunker. And then KSI is depicted as Yakub because in real life, KSI has a very big forehead, which I actually do find pretty funny. For
It is pretty fucking
some
hilarious.
reason, Yakub shows up.
But you do got a big head too. I'm not gonna lie, bro. You do got a big forehead. I'm not gonna lie. But we gonna let him pass, man. He's cooking. I'm not gonna lie. He's cooking. Hey, give him a chance. Don't make fun of him. Stop it. That's disrespectful. Stop it.
In a lot of these Agartha memes. Yakub originates from the Nation of Islam. They believe that Yakub was a powerful black scientist who literally created white people. I assume that most
Okay, the Nazi white supremacist, but we were created by a black man. The fuck is this, bro?
of these far-right people would not like the idea that
Yeah, they would not like that shit. What the fuck is this?
white people were created by a black man. They probably just think that Yakub is funny, or maybe they like to promote Yakub because the Nation of Islam also has a history of anti-Semitism just like they do. Then again, you've got this kid here with glowing blue eyes from the Vril
These niggas want to be Goku so fucking bad. Stop it.
monster. There has actually been a bit of a controversy in the Agartha community over whether or not they should be saying that monster can give you Vril, because according to some of them, the claw marks on the front of a monster can are actually 666 in Hebrew. So you think that when you're drinking the monster, it's going to turn you into an Aryan, but
I think that's the point of the monster, though. I think that's part of their logo design. Is that? Isn't there an energy drink company that's literally demonic as fuck? Oh, I feel like why are all energy drink? You got Monster. Yeah, there's another energy drink company that's came out recently. Niggas are like obsessed with it, but it's like super demonic.
then, oh no, you actually turned into a Jewish devil.
Maybe I'm
Ironically,
yapping.
this city that's depicted in the background actually isn't Agartha, even though it's the main city that is used in these Agartha memes. This city is actually called Hyperborea, and
The fuck is this, bruh? Literal swastika on my fucking screen. Nasty.
apparently it's a city that exists at the North Pole, which used to be inhabited by ancient Aryans. And if you zoom in, you can see in the background that there's this Nordic-looking angel, which is holding a swastika. Very cool. All right, let's look at one more Agartha
The
meme.
fuck?
This one is AI generated. Whoa, we get anti-Semitic brain rot and AI slop all in one video? I don't know about you guys, guys, but I'm having a great time. Okay, so at the start, you've got these Nazi soldiers sitting around drinking.
What the fuck is this, bro? These people are obviously dog whistling. They're dog whistling. They're dog whistling. They're dog whistling. They're getting ready to try to take over this country. I guarantee you this. I actually believe that there is a rise of Nazis in this country that are gonna try and take over the country, and I think it's gonna happen. There's gonna be a dictator that's gonna want to go into power. I wonder who that'd be.
Monster. Then you see some Nazi
I wonder what fascist president we got.
UFOs flying past the ice wall in Antarctica.
What
Apparently,
the
there
fuck?
are some legit
Go back.
UFOs flying past the ice wall in
Okay.
Antarctica. Apparently, there are some legitimate conspiracy theories that Nazis were building UFOs during World War II.
I would not be surprised. The motherfuckers are maniacs.
And then at the end of the war, some of them escaped and flew their UFOs to Agartha.
That's retarded. Did he just say they flew to Agartha? Yo, why have I heard Agartha from? God of War? Am I thinking of God of War? Damn.
And they still live there. Next, we see a shot of these Nazis fighting with these lizard people. I'm guessing that these lizards are meant to be archons. I talked about this a little while ago in a video on my other channel, but archons are supposedly alien lizard people who shapeshift into Jewish people. The idea of archons
What the fuck?
was popularized by this dude named David Icke, who claims that there's a cabal of Jewish people who run society, but that they are actually secretly shape-shifting lizard people. So the Nazis are fighting with these lizard aliens.
To be honest, bro, that might be true.
But then they walk up to this
I don't know,
pyramid where
bro.
there are these white aliens. I'm pretty sure that these aliens are meant to be Pleiadians, also known.
Yeah, these niggas are incels. Obviously, they're cornballs. They're cucks. What the fuck is all this shit? They got lore. You got far right Nazism lore. Really? There's people who watch this shit and enjoy it. Are you fucking? Are these niggas retarded? These niggas gotta be mentally ill. Nah, bro, these niggas are mentally ill, bro.
Known as Nordic aliens.
These
Maybe
niggas
you know
mentally
Nordic
ill,
imagery,
bruh.
like Nordic runes are
What
very
the
popular
fuck?
with Nazis. So I think the idea is that these Nordic Pleiadians are the good aliens which are trying to help the Aryans. And maybe Ashtar Sharon is like the king of the Pleiadians.
These niggas are creating a whole ass religion.
So you've got a classic fight of good
What
versus
the
evil.
fuck?
You've got the good Nordic Pleiadian aliens and the Aryans fighting against the evil lizard Archon aliens and Jewish people. And the Aryans need to harness the Vril from Shambhala's Black Sun so they can use it to fight the Archons, aka Jewish people. Is all of this the
Nah, bro. These wannabe Nazis, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, bro. They are fucking losers, bro. That genuinely, they're incels, they're cucks. They ain't shit, bro. They really ain't shit.
stupidest shit you've ever heard in your entire life?
What
Maybe,
the fuck?
but just remember that a ton of Nazi leaders actually believed this shit. There was apparently a secret
It's a fucking religion, bro. It's a fucking religion. It's a cult.
occult society of
Yeah.
Nazis called the Thule Society, where they actually believed in a bunch of this shit. It's pretty interesting that some of the people who accuse the left of being a cult support this cult of mystic Nazis. It's almost like a lot of the things that they said about Jews.
It's hypocritical. They're just hypocrites. Both sides are hypocrites. Both sides they have their extremists on both sides. Generally, you just want to be in the middle and not fall for propaganda, bro. Just don't fall for the propaganda that the government spews out. Don't believe everything that you see, whether it's on the news, whether it's on a video. Be careful of this shit.
Jewish people were actually projection. Kind of like
Do
how people
research.
on the right accuse
Seriously.
Hillary Clinton of wanting to eat children and harness their adrenochrome. People like Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton appeals to QAnon to stop claiming she drinks children's blood. It's painful to me and my family. Oh my god. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she's a predator, right? I mean, her husband is a literal fucking pedophile, bro. PDF file, right? Like, Bill Clinton and Trump are like best friends, bruh. They suck each other's balls. right? And there's Epstein, the agent, the secret agent from Israel, blackmailing all these dumbass niggas.
Of wanting to eat children and harness their adrenochrome, but then at the same time they support people like Peter Thiel, who literally gets infusions of child blood because he thinks it'll help him stay younger. Not saying I support Hillary Clinton or anything,
I
although I
don't.
do feel pretty bad for her if it turns out that her husband really was cheating on her by getting blown by Trump on Epstein's island.
Oh no, that for sure is. That shit is for sure happening. That shit is for sure happening. She got married to a man who she can't even please. I mean, even Trump said it himself. These niggas are weird. Is he grabbing his balls? Is Trump grabbing his fucking balls? Nah, look at these niggas are. See, here's the thing about these billionaires, right? Which is crazy that, a politician is a billionaire. That's fucking insane and disgusting. But like, holy shit. These niggas really bored as fuck.
It's pretty interesting that Trump and the Clintons were apparently both incredibly corrupt. It's almost like the main problem in society is the 1% in general and all of these incredibly corrupt rich people.
Our oligarchs run the country.
Anyway, I think that's about enough for today. I can't help but admit that I do find some of these memes kind of funny. And
it is, yeah.
How ridiculous they are. But I only find them funny if they're meant to be taken as satire. And I don't think that most of the people who create these memes are intending them to be satirical. I think they're meant to be.
Nah, bruh. I think they're just making fun of it. They're just memeing it, bro. They don't care, bro. This niggas be bored on the internet, I guess. But why would you meme this shit? I don't know. You might be a Nazi supporter. You might be a Nazi, bro.
Be meta-ironic in the sense that you can't exactly tell what is a joke and isn't a joke. And then if you act like you're offended by these memes, you just give them exactly what they want because they're trolls who enjoy pissing people off.
Yeah,
but
they
just
don't
remember,
actually take it seriously.
The Nazis that these far-right people look up to actually believed in all of this crazy shit. And maybe this is just my personal bias, but I think
Agartha, bro. You drink Monster and you become a fucking, I don't know, a Super Saiyan.
I think instead of us falling down weird rabbit holes about conspiracy theories about cities in the center of the earth and lizard aliens, maybe we could all instead just come together and give people healthcare. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I hope that this video did not destroy your brain too much, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for sticking.
Yeah, bro, that's insane, bro. Nah, this is insane. Bro, these niggas are weird, bro. These niggas are losers, bro. Not, bro, I'm being that as like, if Nazis like Hitler and all the motherfuckers, they're actually genuinely losers. They're losers, bro. They're losers. They're sick. They're fucking retarded. They're stupid. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I mean, not really Hitler. He actually, he did take over an entire nation and went fucking crazy. You know what I mean? And created, World War II. I'm not gonna lie, but like, that nigga is a weirdo. These niggas are losers. They're freaks. They're monsters. You know what I mean? But shit, hey man. I hope you have a good breakfast, a good dinner, a good night, man. What a fucking joke of a society we live in. Peace.